Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, still a while, for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with my Montreal Expos historical. So in the last time out we finally got mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, so we already knew it wasn't going to happen, but it was made official. So today we are going to be starting a 3-game series in Cincinnati against the Reds, and it's going to be a tall order to start as we're going to be facing Jose Rio, who's going to be looking to get win number 20 against us. We're going to send our ace, Miguel Batista, on the mound for that one. So Reds are really good, 84-56. I believe they are leading. Yeah, they are first in their division, and they are battling it like they are alpha game ahead of the Cubs. And yeah, they are going back and forth. They both have some important injuries. The Cubs have a little bit more injuries than the Reds do. So the Reds are without Mark Langston, Paul Essenmaker, Roger Clemens, and Reggie Sanders, all pretty good players, so they're all out. Yeah, as far as we go, we're healthy. So that means I have, I can put anybody I want in the lineup, and I'm going to be bringing in some subs for the first game. I know I probably should go with my best potential lineup against Jose Rio, but I want to mix things up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and see what all happens today. Oh, they're gonna bat their pitcher 8, so Jose Rio's gonna hit 8, of course. I believe last time I played Rio and the Reds, I believe he hit a home run against me or something. Alright, I'm going to... Alright. I'm going to go ahead and play Johnny Nutt in left field for Ivan Calderon, who's tired. And I'm going to play... Oh, not Tony Pena. Tony Pena, I'm pretty much done with you. I could, I guess, play Doug Robbins, maybe? Or go with Jerry Guff. I'll go with Jerry Guff. Alright, oh boy. I'm gonna bat Doran second. We're gonna try the Marquise Grissom hitting third experiment again. We haven't had that much success with it. Oops. Let's go with that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and give some of our regulars a rest. So MVP caliber Ivan Calderon sitting this one out. Alright, so the Reds are going to go with Luis Polonia starting in left field. Batting first, Barry Larkin is going to be batting second. Paul O'Neill, Jim Tatum, Al Morris, Mike Devereaux, Charlie Hayes. The pitcher, Jose Rio, bats 8, and then Randy Reddy is going to be batting 9th. So I think that's very similar to what I've been facing lately against them. Alright, so without further ado, let's get this thing started. Of course, go Expos and play ball. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not my first time playing in Cincinnati. Alright, let's Yep. Gonna leave it like that. Let's see what it does. And of course, I might have to adjust as we go. So Jose Rio on the mound, always really good. Usually always pretty good against us. So then I know the Shields is going to be the first one to face him in this game. It's 3-1 to the Shields. The swirling wind will present a challenge. And that's it really weakly. Larkin is under it and he catches it for out number 1. Bill Doran is next. 0-1 to Doran. Oh, that's a base hit to left. Opposite field single for Bill Doran. And just like that, we have a runner on board. With 1 out, Marquise Grissom is going to bat next. 1-2. It's too short. So they get the lead runner at second, but they don't get Grissom out at first. There's 2 outs now with runner on first. Woody Green is the batter. No count to him. Grissom is going. And he's safe. That's his 83rd stolen base this season. 2-2 to Green. That's it. Oh, that's a base hit to left. Grissom rounds third. He's going home. And he scores. It is 1-0 Montreal here in Cincinnati. Alright, so Woody Green with the 2-out single that produces a run. And now we have Ruben Rivera at the plate. Oh, Woody Green is going. And he's safe. That's 14 stolen bases for him this season. Ruben Rivera still full count. And that's it. But pretty much right at Luis Polonia in left. And that's the end of the inning. But the Montreal Expos score a run. It is 1-0. Alright, bottom of the first, Batista's gonna face Luis Polonia first. 1-1 to Polonia. Grounds it to first, Doran has it, and that's the first out of the inning. Pretty easy out. Barry Larkin is next. He's never an easy out. He's also having an MVP caliber season. 1-1 to him. Oh, that's really well it. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. That was it to right center there. That's a double for Larkin. So after 1 out, the Reds get a runner in scoring position for Paul O'Neill. No count to him. Grounds it to short. Ray Sanchez with the throw, and he's out for out number 2. Jim Tatum is next. Full count. Oh, that's a base hit to right, and it's going to be extra bases, so Larkin is going to score on the play. It is tied at 1 thanks to a double, opposite field double by Jim Tatum. Game is tied at 1. Hal Morris is next, 1-0 to him. That's it weekly. Doran is under it. He catches it for out number 3, so the Reds counter-attack right away. The game is tied at 1, heading into the top of the second. Johnny Boy gets things started here. Top of the second, 0-2. Oh, that's it. To right. Oh, what a catch by Paul O'Neill. I thought for sure it was a double. I'm sure that Johnny Nutt thought it was a double too. Alright, Jerry Guff is next. 2-2 to him. That's it weekly to second base. And he's throw out for out number 2. That brings up Ray Sanchez. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to short. And the throw is good. So the Expos go down 1-2-3. Thanks to Paul O'Neill and his absolute rob of a catch. Bottom of the second, Mike Devereaux is next. No count to him. Grounds it to third. It's going to be an infield single. Alright, so Devereaux beats the throw. So the Reds get a runner on first. Nobody out. Charlie Hayes is next. No count. That's it to right. Grissom should have that. He does. That's out number 1. That brings up Ozario. The Reds are batting their pitcher 8th. Sorry, I was going to say 3rd. Yeah, no. Oh, Devereaux's going, and he steals that. So that's 6 stolen bases for Mike Devereaux. The Reds now have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. 2-2 to Ozirio. Grounds it to third, and we're gonna eat it. It's gonna be an infield single for the pitcher. So runners on first and third now with only 1 out, and now Randy Reddy is the batter. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging, that's a big one. A double play would have been also acceptable. I'll take the strikeout. Luis Polonia is next, 1-1. And that's it to center for a base hit. It's gonna score a run. Ozirio's going for third base. Oh, I think we got him. Yeah, we did. Alright, but the red... Oh. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say the run didn't count. Why? No, it did. It just didn't updated on the scoreboard fast enough for me. It is now 2-1 for the Reds. The Expos falling behind. Not Jose, Miguel Batista. I wish it was Jose Batista, but not exactly the same power at bat here. Miguel Batista, the batter, 2-2. And that's a strikeout. Delino De Shields is next, 1-2. Struck out swinging as well. Well, Bill Doran, 0-2. And he struck out looking. Alright, well, Ozirio struck out the side. That makes for a very quick and easy inning. Bottom of the third, we're still down by 1 with Barry Larkin. The ever dangerous Barry Larkin is getting things started in the bottom of the third for the Reds. 2-2 to him. That's it to center. It's going to be extra bases. That's another double for Barry Larkin, so that's the second double of the game. And now the Reds have yet again a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Paul O'Neill is next, 1-2 to him. And that's gone. That's a 2-run blast by Paul O'Neill, and we are now down 4-1. Right, Jim Tatum follows, still nobody out. No count to him. That's it weekly to right. Grissom should have that. And he does for out number 1. Three and 1 to Al Morris, and he walks. Miguel Batista not having a great start. Feels like we've said that quite a few times this season. Mike Devereaux is next, 0-1 to him. That's it to right. It's going to fall in front of Grissom for a base hit. So the Reds have runners on first and second with only 1 out. Charlie Hayes is next, 1-2 to him. And he struck out swinging for out number 2. Ozirio is next, 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first, and that's the end of the inning. But the Reds add 2 more runs to their lead. It is now 4-1 going into the top of the 4th. Marquise Grissom is the first one to face Ozirio. 1-1. Oh, tries to bunt himself on, and he does. He beats the throw. So Grissom gets a bunt single to get the inning started, and now Woody Green follows. No count to him. Grissom is going, but that's a pitch out. He's out. Alright, Woody Green now with 1 out. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Ruben Rivera follows, 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging, and that is out number 3. Alright. Randy Reddy is next for the Reds, 1-2. And that's a base hit to center. Wow, what a terrible, terrible start by Miguel Batista. Alright. Runner on first, nobody out. Luis Polonia is next, 1-1. Oh, Randy Reddy's going. And that's a stolen base. That's the second of the season. 2-1 to Polonia. Grounds it to first, and he's out on the play. Randy Reddy makes it to third base. Barry Larkin is next, 0-1. Grounds it to short, We're gonna get Larkin out at first. The runner scores. It is now 5-1 for the Reds. Paul O'Neill is next. 1-1. That's it to right. Grissom is going for it. He catches it for out number 3. Alright, we're down 4 against Jose Rio. It's going to be extremely hard to come back. Johnny Knott. Top of the 5th. Full count. And he walks. Alright, so Johnny Knott finds a way to get on base. Jerry Guff is now the batter. 2-2 to him. That's it really weakly in foul territory. Al Morris under it. He catches it for out number 1. Ray Sanchez is next. 1-0. Oh, that's a base hit to left. Gonna fall in front of Luis Polonia. And now we have runners on first and second with 1 out. Miguel Batista is the batter. God, do I bring... I think I'm bringing... Yeah, Miguel Batista has been pitching terribly. He already allowed 9 hits in 4 innings. 5 earned runs. Yeah, let's go to a pinch hitter. I don't necessarily want to use my lefty yet, or my switch hitter. Let's do Russ McGinnis. Right, Russ McGinnis is now the batter. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Full count to him. That's a base hit to right. All right, good call by the manager there, if I dare say so myself. The manager is me. Alright, runners on first and third. Oh, yeah, we got a run that scored. Sorry, I was too busy coughing. So we had a run score, so we have now runners on first and third with 1 out. Delino De Shields is the batter. 5-2 the score. 3-1. De Shields walks. Jose Rio loads the bases with 1 out. We have Bill Doran as the batter. 2-2 to him. And that's it, weakly to center. Devro after it, he catches it. I don't know if the runner went. Yes, he did. And he's safe. That's going to be a sac fly for Bill Doran. It is now 5-3 for the Reds. 2 outs still. 2 runners on for Marquise Grissom. 2-2. And that's a base hit to right. Wow. And we score another run thanks to Marquise Grissom. It is now 5-4. Alright. Woody Green is next. Runners on first and second. Still 2 outs. No count. Woody Green hits it to short. And that ends the inning. They get the runner at second base. We did reduce the lead to only 1 run. Now it is 5-4 for the Reds. Oh, who do I bring in now? I need somebody that can give me a couple innings. Who can I bring in? Hey, Jero Nut. I think I'm gonna go with Ota. Let's go with Ota here. You're right. You're coming in right about the middle of the first game. So we're down 1. Miguel Batista was terrible, but Jose Rio allowed me to kind of come back in this one. So we'll see what happens here. All right. So Ota is on the mound now. Jim Tatum is the batter. 2-2. Grounds it to short. Ray Sanchez and. The throw is good. That's out number 1. Hal Morris is next. 3-1 to him. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so with 1 out, the Reds get on base. Mike Devro is next. full count to him. Rounds it to second. We get one runner. We get two runners. That's a double play. We're out of that inning. Nah, they were both tired, and I wanted to play some other players too, so that kind of fit my purpose. Just giving them a day's rest so that they don't get hurt. Nothing worse than to be like, I'm just gonna play Calderon, see what he can do, even if he's tired, and then he gets an injury for 11 months or something. So, yeah, just giving them their beauty sleep, their beauty rest, or whatever it is. All right, Rivera. 2-1. That's a base hit to center. All right. Maybe we can get that run back that we need. All right. Johnny Nutt is next. 1-0. Uh-oh. Rivera. You don't steal as often, but you just got retired and... Oh, God. Alright, so Johnny Nutt gets a walk. That's how that inning started last inning, with Johnny Nutt getting a walk. So that's the second walk of the game. Jerry Guff is next. Full count. Oh, struck out looking. Oh. Alright, so now we have Johnny Nutt at third on the play. They threw in the outfield, and there's two outs. He doesn't have... That's... he was on a one-year contract, Doran was. So, I don't know what my GM's gonna do. So... It is my experience that I think that they're probably gonna let him go. I've had like 3 different first basemen in the last 3 years. They only sign a first baseman for 1 year, and then we kind of move on. At least that's been what's been going on so far. Alright, Ray Sanchez, 0-2. Struck out swinging with a runner on third. No! Probably should have brought in a pinch hitter. Oh well. Alright, Charlie Hayes. 2-0 to him. And that's going to be a base hit to right. Falls in front of Grissom. Reds gets on base again. I have not retired the Reds 1-2-3 at any time in this game. Reggie Jefferson comes in as a pinch hitter. Alright, maybe we can get to them now that Jose Rio's going to be gone. 1-1. Ooh. Alright, so that's another base hit. Yeah, we can try somebody else at first. Definitely can try somebody else at first. We can look at that after this game. I don't think Woody Green has a rating at first. That doesn't mean he can't grow at first. Now, Johnny Nutt has a rating at first. We can look at other options as well. Alright, yeah, we're not doing too good here. Randy Reddy is next, 2-2. Oh, God. Alright, so that's extra bases. Oh, they only scored 1 on that, so... It is now 6-4, but there's 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out for Luis Polonia. I think maybe we look at a lefty here. Gonna bring Jeff Facero. Hopefully we can kind of limit the damage. 3-1. And it's a base hit to left. Alright, it scores a run. It is now 7-4. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. Barry Larkin. That's it to right. He should be out. And he is. They're going for it. And he's safe. It is now 8-4. Oh, for the Reds. So they've taken those 3 runs back, sadly. Alright, so 1 out, runner on first, Paul O'Neill, 3 and 2. Alright, we're only gonna get the out at first, so there's 2 outs now with a runner in scoring position for Jim Tatum. 2 and 2. Oh, he struck out. Alright, but the Reds did some serious damage there. Oh, yeah, I don't want to keep Fesero there, so who did they bring in? Dwayne Ward. Right, let's bring in a lefty. Let's bring in Barbary. Right, Barbary is going to be the next batter. Dwayne Ward on the mound. Top of the 7th, we're down 4. 2 and 2 to Barbary. And he struck out swinging. Delino de Shields is next, 1-0. Grounds it to third. The throw by A's, and he's out for out number 2. Alright, Bill Duran, whom we are talking about replacing, grounds to short, and he's out. Alright, we need to bring in another pitcher, so I don't really care now. Since I don't really care, let's have Rick Mahler pitch. He hasn't pitched in a while. He already announced he's retiring. Let's have Joe Logan pitch. He only pitched once for me since he's been called up. There you go. You get to pitch, hopefully for 2 innings. Right, Joe Logan to pitch against Al Morris, 1 and 2. Oh, that's it terribly. Guff after it catches it for out number 1 in foul territory. That was caught. Mike Devereaux is next, 2 and 2 to him. And that's a base hit to center. Right, Charlie Hayes is next, 0-1. Grounds it to short. We get 1 out at second. We get a 2nd out at first. And that's the end of the inning. Alright. Joe Logan gets a decent inning here. And now Dwayne Ward is going to be facing Marquise Grissom. Top of the 8th, 1-0. Oh, that's it terribly in foul territory. Al Morris catches it for out number 1. Woody Green is next, 0-2. And he struck out swinging. Ruben Rivera, 3-1 to him. And he walks. Johnny Nutt, 1-2. Oh, and he gets it. Alright, so Johnny Nutt walked twice and then got hit by a pitch. So now Jerry Guff is the next batter with 2 outs, 2-2. And he struck out swinging. Alright. Going to the bottom of the 8th, I'm going to keep Joe Logan on the mound. Chris Jones is going to be the batter, 1-2. Struck out swinging. Randy ready now. Full count. That's out of here. Randy ready with the solo blast. It is now 9-4. Luis Polonia is next. 0-1, 1 out. That's it to center for a base hit. Alright, the Reds are still hungry for more runs. Barry Larkin is now the batter, 2-1 to him. Grounds it to third is going to be an infield single. Alright, so Reds have 2 runners on base with only 1 out. We have allowed 18 hits in this game, 9 by my starter in 4 innings. Paul O'Neill is next. That's a base hit to center. I think I've seen enough of Joe Logan. Let's bring in another young arm, see if somebody can get out. 26, you're not that old, that young, sorry. Van Ryn is 23. Nobody is younger than Carl Pavano. 1-0 to Jim Tatum. That's it to right. Grissom after it. Catches it for out number 2. Right, runners on first and third. 2 outs. Al Morris is the batter. 1 and 2. That's it to left, and it falls in front of Johnny Nutt. Another run scores. It is now 11-4, and the Reds have 20 hits. Yikes. 0-2 to Mike Devereaux. Struck out swinging. Oh, I thought it was never going to end. Alright, Eric Moody is on the mound. They have a 7-run lead. I think it's pretty safe. I think I'm going to give at-bats to youngsters. So let's give that at-bat to Shane Andrews. Two and one. And that's a base hit down the line for Shane Andrews. It's going to be extra bases. That's a double for Shane Andrews. All right. All right, let's give this at bat to Rob Lukacic. Full count to Lukacic. And he walks. All right, that 7-run comeback is now enacted. I'll let the Shields bat. 0-1. It's it to left, and that's cut by Polonia for out number 1. All right, we're gonna bring in somebody for Bill Duran. We're gonna go with Mitch Simons. Three and 1. That's it to left. Not very well. And that's out number 2. I'm going to keep Grissom in. That's our last out. 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. Alright. The Reds are pretty happy with that win. I'm not too happy with that loss. Alright. Yeah, nobody did well. Scott Sanderson is magnificent in a 6-0 win against the Twins. Oh, Greg Jeffrey's hitting streak ended at 23 as he was held hitless against the Rockies. I'm going to go ahead and finish today. So Mel Hall in Milwaukee is done for the season. And Dan Gladden is gonna retire at the end of this season. Oh wow, he hasn't. Okay. He barely played in my first year playing the save, and then he disappeared. I guess he had an injury or something. Now he showed up very barely. Yeah, I think he's done. Alright. So, we're about to play game 2. Before we do that, I think that Jerome Nollet would like to make some changes. I'm gonna need more water. So, do you want a different screen to look at than this? Like, do you want like the contracts maybe page to see who's gonna be here for a little bit, or? fielding ratings. There you go. I'm gonna go get water real quick. Take a look at that and let me know what you feel that we should do. I'm not against playing some younger guys, but yeah. Okay, so A, Simons, Andrews, or McGinnis at first. I don't like McGinnis, but that's McGinnis is also old. He's 31. I like Shane Andrews. I don't mind trying to get him some at bats at first at all. I like Simons, but and Ane. If we're looking into trying to develop somebody to, for the future to play first, I think I would go with Shane Andrews. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot of contact, which, somebody could say that it fits the prototype of some first baseman. But, yeah. Oh, he already has a pretty decent rating at first. So, I think I like Andrews. Who do you like the most there? We don't have many guys that project to be good contact hitters. All right. Let's look at okay. All right, let's do this. Let's try Haney for a little bit, and we're gonna keep Andrews in our minds in case that it's not going too great for Haney. Yeah, Haney is a middle infielder by trade, I guess. Shane Andrews can play first and third. So we can play Haney a little bit there to help his rating go up. And then we can see where we go from there. Shane Andrews already has, what, a 67 rating at first. So I'm not as worried about that. And we can give Shane Andrews some spot duty. That's fine with me. I'm not married to the idea of having Shane Andrews playing first base. I just want to give him at bats because, you know, he played for the Expos in real life, and I remember him and everything. Todd Haney, I kind of remember, but he didn't stay with the Expos all that long in real life, I mean. All right. And I think that I'm okay with yeah, sure, we can. Yeah, we're gonna need to redo the lineup against lefties now. Alright, I'm gonna move Rivera to batting fifth. No, I don't really like having Andrews batting. I think we might need to move something like this. Oh, we have the exact same. If we do that, we have the exact same lineup against lefties and righties except for the top two. That also makes a very righty heavy yeah, Barbary is not very good at short. 42. Yeah, we can. Alright. You like it like that? I do. Alright, let's go play the Reds with a fresh lineup. Alright, so for the first, the second game of the series, we're going to be facing Tommy Green, 8-13 on the season. And we're going to go with Tom Gordon. Of course, Tom Gordon's been really good since joining the team. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Yeah, Weedy Green is not... Weedy Green was pretty good in his first season with me. Alright. Yeah, and Andrews is also pretty young. Weedy Green is young as well, so he could always develop further. If he could raise his contact a little bit, that would be pretty good. Alright, so the Reds are going to go with Dave Rode getting a start at second base in this game. Barry Larkin's going to bat second. Paul O'Neill, Al Morris, Charlie Hayes, Mike Devereaux, Scott Bryant is going to be playing left field. Tommy Green bats 8th, and Rick Wilkins, the catcher, is going to be batting 9th in this game. We are going with the lineup we just concocted literally 3 minutes and 1 second ago. Alright. Let's see what happens now with this lineup. Alright, so DeShields is going to get things started for us. Tommy Green on the mound. 1-1 the count. That's going to be a base hit for the Shields. Alright, so we get things started beautifully with a single to right. Sorry. The Shields on first with nobody out for Marquise Grissom. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so we get the speedsters on base to get the game started. 2 runners on, nobody out. Ivan Calderon had the day off yesterday. He's back in the lineup. 1-1. And that's it to right for a base hit. Alright. So the bases are loaded with nobody out for Charles Johnson. 1-0. That's it to third. And that's a double play. Boo! We do score a run on it, but yeah. Alright, so runner on third, 2 outs. Ruben Rivera is the batter. No count. Grounds it to first, and that's the inning. Well, that sucks. We had the bases loaded with nobody out, and all we get out of that is 1 run. Alright, the Reds now with Tom Gordon on the mound. Dave Rode is going to be the first batter. Ooh, terrible batting average run. I'm starting to like Ruben Rivera better. He started the season really bad, but the last couple months he's been playing a lot better. I'm not sure with his defense at center, though. He's getting a lot of balls hit above his head, and that wasn't happening with Grissom there. So I'm thinking that next season I might want to flip-flop them again and have Rivera in right and Grissom at center. But so far, I mean, I'm not too crazy in love with Rivera, but I think he's been decent enough the last 2 months that I'm excited to see what he does next year. 2-2 to Dave Rode, and he struck out swinging. Barry Larkin is next, 2-2. Because if you look at Rivera's batting average right now, it's like, what, 253? For the longest time, he was barely batting 200. So he got his average back up because he's been playing better lately. And, I mean, 13 home runs in his rookie season, that's not too bad. It can get better. We'll see. 1-1 to Paul O'Neill. And that's it to center. And that's got, yeah, we got Tom Gordon in a trade for Mark Whitten. We got Gordon and I think another reliever for Mark Whitten. It wasn't 1-for-1 trade. Actually, we can check. We can check that. With Jason Johnson. So we got Tom Gordon and Jason Johnson for Mark Whitten, which I thought was actually a decent trade since we weren't going anywhere. So we got rid of Witten's contract, which was expiring anyway. And we got 2 pitchers that Jason Johnson should be able to develop into somebody that can pitch in the majors. I guess we'll see. Anyway, top of the second, Brett Barbary. It's it to right. That's cut by O'Neill for out number 1. Shane Andrews is next. 1-1 to him. That's it to third. That was it with some authority, but it was cut by A's. That's out number 2. Todd Ainey, our new first baseman, is next. 1-2 to him. That's it to third. And that's another out. The Expos go down 1-2-3 here in inning number 2. And now Al Morris gets things started for the Reds. 0-1. Ivan Calderon under it. Catches it for out number 1. Charlie Hayes is next. No count to him. Oh, that's a base hit to center. Alright, so Hayes with this single. After 1 out, Mike Devereaux is next. 1-1. Oh, we tried to get Charlie Hayes out at first, but he's safe. Full count. And that's a double play. There you go. Expos are out of this inning just like that. Top of the third. Tom Gordon gets things started. No count. Grounds it to second. And that's out number 1. Delino De Shields is next. 0-1 to him. That's a base hit to left. Alright, so De Shields with the single. Grissom is next. No count. And De Shields is out, trying to steal. That doesn't happen very often to him. 3-1. Grissom with the base hit to right. Alright, so Grissom is on first now with 2 outs. Ivan Calderon is next. Grissom is going. There's no throw this time. That's stolen base number 84 for Marquise Grissom. Grounds it smoothly or softly to short, and Calderon is out. So the Expos do not score this inning despite getting 2 base runners. Scott Bryant is going to be the first batter for the Reds in the bottom of the third. 0-2. Oh, and we hit him. Tommy Green is next. No count. And he bunts. And that's a sacrifice. So the runner gets on second base. There's 1 out now. And Rick Wilkins is the batter. Full count. And that's it really well to center. All the way to the fence. That's going to score a run. So Rick Wilkins with a 1 out double tying the game. It is 1-1. Dave Rode is next, 0-2. Grounds it to second. De Shields with the throw, and he's out for out number 2. Now Barry Larkin is next, 2-0. And that's a base hit. I didn't see any animation there. And it is 2-1 for the Reds. Right, Paul O'Neill is next, 1-0. And bye-bye baseball. It is 4-1. So Tom Gordon with a rare bad start here for the Expos. Two and 1 to Al Morris. Grounds it to second. And he's out. But not before the Reds score 4 runs. It is now 4-1. Cincinnati ahead. At the top of the 4th, we have Charles Johnson, the batter, 1-2. That's it to third. And he's out. Ruben Rivera next, 1-2. and he struck out looking. Brett Barbary, 2-2. Grounds it to first, and he's out. So again, 1, 2, 3 goes. 1, 2, 3. The Expos go down. That was more difficult than it had to be. Alright, Charlie Hayes, bottom of the fourth, 1-0. The Shields has the ball, and that's out number 1. Mike Devereaux is next, 2-0. And that's cut by Barbary for out number 2. Scott Bryant follows 2 outs, 3-1, and he walks. Tommy Green is next, 0-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, the inning is over. We're down 4-1. Top of the 5th, Shane Andrews gets an at-bat here, 1-2. Struck out swinging. Todd Haney is next, 2-2. That's it. Weekly to second, and he's thrown out for out number 2. Tom Gordon is next, 2-2 to him. And he struck out swinging. We scored in the first inning, but we haven't looked all that great since. Alright, so Rick Wilkins, 2-0 to him. Bottom of the 5th, we're still down 3. Rivera after it, catches it for out number 1. Dave Rode is next, full count, grounds it to short, and that's a good throw by Barbary for out number 2. Larkin is next, full count. That's it to right. And that's cut by Grissom for out number 3. Alright, so pretty decent inning, finally. Alright, top of the lineup, that's where we need to get things started here. 3-0. Alright, so the Shields walks on 4 pitches. Marquise Grissom is next, 1-0 to him. The Shields is going. He's saved this time. 58 stolen bases for the Shields this season. 2-1. Oh, Grissom tried to bunt, but he missed. Alright, 2-2. That's it to center. That's going to be cut by Devereaux. And that's out number 1. Right, Calderon is the next batter. 0-2. And he struck out looking. Oh boy. Charles Johnson is the next batter. 0-1. And that's it to center. And that's cut by Devereaux. That's the end of inning number 6 for the Expos. Alright, Tom Gordon gave me 5 innings. I'm gonna pull him. Let's see, who do we want pitching for a couple of innings? I think Tomlin. I'm gonna go with Tomlin. Paul O'Neill is next, 0-2. That's it to center. Rivera catches it for out number 1. Hal Morris is next, full count. That's it. Should be cut by the Shields, and it is. 2 outs already. Charlie Hayes is the next batter. 2-2. Struck out swinging. There you go. Alright, Ruben Rivera. Top of the 7th, we're still down by 3. 3-1 to Rivera. Grounds it weakly to the pitcher, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Barbary is next, full count. And he walks. Yeah, that was way too low and away. So runner on first, Shane Andrews. Come on, buddy. 0-2. That's a stolen base for Barbary, number 11. 1-2 to... Oh, God. Shane Andrews struck out looking with a runner in scoring position. Todd Haney with 2 outs now, full count. It's hit weakly, and it's cut by Al Morris for out number 3. We're going into the bottom of the 7th. We're still down by 3 with Mike Devereaux, the first batter to face Randy Tomlin. 1-0. Oh, that's well hit all the way to the fence for extra bases. Oh, dear God. That was one heck of a throw. He's out at third. Oh my, that was a glitch in the matrix, I guess. Yeah, alright, so Devereaux got a double. He tried to extend it into a triple, got thrown out at third. Scott Bryant is next, 1-1. That's it to left and falls in front of Calderon for a base hit. Sorry. Runner on first, 1 out for Tommy Green. 1-0. He bunts pretty well down the line, and he's thrown out for out number 2. Runner in scoring position on the sacrifice. Rick Wilkins is now facing Randy Tomlin. 1-2. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for out number 3. All right. Alright, let's bring in a left bat. Who do we bring? We're still not completely out of this game. We need only 3 rounds. But yeah, if the Reds bring Dibble in the 9th, we're probably toast. Yeah, Green works. Alright, top of the 8th. 2-2 to Willie Green. Struck out swinging. Oh, some things don't change. Delino De Shields is next, 1-0. Grounds it to third. Charlie Hayes with the throw, and he's out for out number 2. 1-0 to Grissom. That's a base hit to center. Alright. So after 2 outs, we get a runner on base. Now Calderon is the hitter. Full count. And he walks. Alright. 2 runners on. 2 outs. Charles Johnson the batter. I have a good feeling. Come on, Charlie. 0-2. And that's a strikeout swinging. Alright, who do I bring in? Alright, bottom of the 8th. It's probably going to be just a 1 inning thing. I think I'm gonna go with Win. Yeah, we can do McLean. McLean's been terrible with us. Let's see if he can redeem himself. Dave Road. First one to face him, 2-2. Rounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Barry Larkin is next, 2-2 to him. That's it weekly. Rivera after it. Catches it for out number 2. Paul O'Neill is next, 0-1. Grounds it to the pitcher. Oh, Michael McLean gets a perfect inning. Alright. Top of the 9th, that's pretty much it. Ruben Rivera, it's first. Rob Dibble on the mound for the Reds. It's going to be tough. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Barbary is next. Oh God, should I bring in somebody? Go with Lukacic. 3-0 to Lukacic. And he walks on 4 pitches. I'm going to give Shane Andrews the at-bat. That's the old purpose of having him in the lineup, even though he struggled in this game. 3-1. And that looks like a double play. And it is. Alright. Tough first start for Shane Andrews. Or is it his first start? I think I might have started him once before. Alright, so we lost 4-1, and that's our 4th loss in a row if we consider the last 2 games against the Cubbies. Oh, somebody went 5 for 5. Orlando Miller. Against the Florida Marlins. And the Rockies can't do anything against Terry Mulholland, who blanked the Rockies 9-0. Back when, you know, complete game shutouts were not as rare as they are now. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and finish today. No more news. And now we're going to be playing game number 3. We're going to be facing Alan Baines, the righty. And we're going to be sending Carlos Perez. Carlos has gotten better lately. Let's look at his last starts. Yeah, he won 4 of his last 5 starts. Yeah, his last loss was against the against the Cubs, sorry. Even then he didn't pitch that poorly. We just didn't have any offense for him for that game. So lately, he's been doing better. So let's see if he can continue on that front. We're gonna go ahead and keep our lineup that we fashioned and give it another shot, see what happens with that. The Reds are gonna go with Randy Reddy batting first, Mike Devereaux batting second, Barry Larkin batting third, Al Morris, Paul O'Neill, Ansley Mullins, Charlie Hayes, and Tom Pagnozzi is gonna be the catcher in that one. So the Reds have used 3 different catchers for the 3 games that we have played against them. Jim Tatum in game 1, Rick Wilkins in game 2, and now Tom Pagnozzi in game number 3. They also have used 3 different guys in left field. It was Luis Polonia in the first game, it was Scott something in game number 2, and now it's Ansley Mullins. Alright. Let's go get a win, guys. Let's get a win for that one. Alright, so the Shields is the first one to face Alan Baines in game number 3 of the series. No count to the Shields. That's it to right. And that's cut by O'Neill for out number 1. Marquise Grissom is next, 1-0. That's it to left. Oh, what a catch by Ansley Mullins. 2 outs. Ivan Calderon is next, 0-2. That's it to center, and that's cut by Devereaux for out number 3. The Expos go down in order in the top of the first, bottom of the first. Randy Reddy is the first one to face Carlos Perez. 3-1. And he walks. Alright. Mike Devereaux is next, 1-2. Struck out looking. Alright. So a walk and a strikeout already. Barry Larkin is next, 0-2. Struck out looking as well. There you go. Hal Morris with 2 outs now. No count. Runner on first. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first. So Carlos Perez walks the first batter he faces, but then retires the next 3 batters he faces. And we are going into the top of the second. Still scoreless. Charles Johnson, the first batter. 1 and 2. And he struck out looking. Looks like we're going to see a lot of struck out looking today. Ruben Rivera is next. No count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Brett Barbary, full count. And he walks. Alright. Barbary just walked for the 60th time this season. Alright, Shane Andrews. Come on, Shane. 1-0. That's it weakly to right. O'Neill underneath. And he catches it for out number 3. Expos go nowhere in the second. Going into the bottom of the second. Still scoreless. Paul O'Neill is next. 1 and 2. That's it to center. And that's cut by Rivera for out number 1. Ansley Mullins follows 1-0. That's it to right, and that falls in front of Grissom for a base hit. That's also going to be a double. Right, Charlie Hayes is next. 1 out, runner in scoring position. No count. That's it to right. Grissom after it. And he cut it for out number 2. Tom Pagnozzi is next with 2 outs. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright. We're still looking for our first hit of the game. Todd Haney, the batter here in inning number 3, 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. Carlos Perez is next, 1-0. It's it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 2. Delino De Shields, full count. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos are still hitless after 3. Still no score on the board. Alan Baines, first batter to face Carlos Perez. No count. That's it weakly in foul territory. Haney is there. And he catches it for out number 1. Randy Reddy is next. 1 and 2. Flies out to left to Calderon, and it's out number 2. Mike Devereaux with 2 outs, 2 and 2. Oh, that's a base hit to left. Alright, so the Reds get a runner on base after 2 outs. And that brings in Barry Larkin. Very dangerous with a runner on at first. No count. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first. That's out number 3. Alright, Alan Bennett still on the mound. Marquise Grissom is the batter. No count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. Full count to Ivan Calderon. That's it to right. That's our first base hit of the game. We will not be no hit today. 1 out, runner on first. Johnson the batter, 0-2. Struck out swinging. We're having problems offensively against Baines in that one. Rivera with 2 outs, 1-0. That's it to center. Devereaux is there. He catches it for out number 3. Bottom of the 4th, still no score. Al Morris is is at the plate. Sorry, 1-0. Grounds it to short. Barbary with the throw, and he's out for out number 1. Paul O'Neill is next. No count to O'Neill. Grissom is after it. And that's out number 2. Ansley Mullins is next, 1 and 2. that should be cut by Grissom. And it is for out number 3. The Reds don't have much going either. We're going into the top of the 5th. This is pretty much a pitching and defense thing. Brett Barbary 0-1. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Shane Andrews is next, 1-2. Struck out swinging. Yeah, Shane is struggling a little bit. It's still too early to call it quits, but yeah, 1-2 to Todd Haney, and he struck out looking. Bottom of the 5th, Charlie Hayes is the next batter. Looks like one of those games where the first team that's going to score a run is going to win. 1-2 to Hayes. Struck out swinging for the first out. Tom Pagnozzi is next. 1-2. Struck out looking. Alan Baines is going to try to not strike out. No count. It's it to first. And he's out for out number 3. Still no score. Carlos Perez is going to be our batter, 1-1. Oh, tries to bunt himself on. It didn't work, though. That's out number 1. Delino De Shields is next, 0-1. And that's a base hit to right. All right. So with 1 out, we get a runner on base. And yes, speed. No count. De Shields is going. And he's out. Oh, boy. It's been one of those series where their catchers are just getting me out. Grissom gets an infield single, so the inning is still alive. 2 outs, runner on first. Calderon is the batter. No count. Grissom is going. And he's safe. That's 85 stolen bases. Oh, Grissom is hurt. Oh, he gets to stay in. Whew. Alright. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs. 2-1. And Calderon flies it to right. That should be cut by O'Neill. And it is for out number 3. We got excited very lightly because we haven't had much offensively to get satisfied with in this game. Randy Reddy, first batter of the Reds here in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2. Oh, that's a base hit to left. Alright, so the Reds are getting a base hit to start inning number 6. So runner on first with nobody out. Mike Devereaux is next, 2-1. And that's out of here. Wow. Rivera was running like crazy on it, but yeah, it's out of here. That's a 2-run blast. That sucks. Carlos Perez was pitching really well all up until now. Barry Larkin, bottom of the 6th, no outs. That's it to right. Grissom after it. And he catches it for out number 1. Al Morris is next. Full count. Grounds it to short. Barbary with the throw, and he's out for out number 2. Paul O'Neill is next. Full count. And he walks. Alright, a 2-out walk for the Reds, who are now leading 2-0. Hensley Mullins is now the batter, 1-2. And he struck out looking. There you go. Alright, so we have a 2-run deficit to make up. 3-2 to Charles Johnson. That's a base hit to left. Alright, so we get a runner to start the inning now. Let's see what we do with it. Rivera is the next batter, 0-2. Yeah, struck out. Brett Barbary is next, full count. Oh, that's it to short, and he's thrown out in a double play. So we get a runner to start the inning just like the Reds did, but we didn't score. You know what? I think I'm going to keep Carlos Perez in for one more inning. He's been pitching well enough. It's not his fault that our team cannot score runs. Right, Charlie A's 1-0. Alright, and Haney is under it, catches it for out number 1. Tom Pagnozzi is next, no count to him. And that's out number 2 on a grounder to second base. Alan Baines is still going to stay in the game, of course. Full count. Struck out swinging. Alright. Carlos Perez gave me 7 pretty decent innings, but we can't score a run. Come on, Shane Andrews. That's where you get out of that slump that you're in. Full count. Oh, that's out of here. That's Shane Andrews' first home run in his MLB career. That's a solo blast, and that reduces the lead in half. All right, Todd Haney is next. Top of the 8, it is 2-1 for the Reds. 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher, and that's an infield single. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring in a pinch hitter. God. I don't know if I want to bring in Green again with his strikeout in the last game. I think I'm gonna bring Doran in. 1-0. And that's a base hit. Alright, the veteran here showing the young ones how it's done when you come in as a pinch hitter. We have runners on first and second, nobody out. They're still keeping Baines on the mound. Delino De Shields is now the batter, 1-0. Oh, De Shields bunts. That's probably smart. Alright, so that advances both runners. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Grissom is the next batter. 3-0, and he walks on 4 pitches. That brings up MVP caliber season Ivan Calderon to the plate with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Full count to him as well. That's not it. Very deep to center. Are we going for it? We are, and we're out. No, we're safe. It's a tight game thanks to Ivan Calderon's sac fly. Tied at 2 with 2 runners on, 2 outs. Now they are bringing in Brian Harvey as a reliever. Charles Johnson is the batter, 0-1. Oh, I think it's out of here. And it is! The Expos take the lead. We might be eliminated, but winning still feels good. 3-run blast by Charles Johnson. It is now 5-2 for the Expos. The Reds with ARG disease, which usually constitutes into keeping their starter into the game too long. That's what I do sometimes. Alright, 2 outs. Base is empty, of course, for Ruben Rivera. 1-0 to him. Is that out of here as well? And it is! Ruben Rivera with the solo blast, and it is now 6-2 for the Expos. The Expos go back-to-back. Are we going to do back-to-back-to-back? We have Brett Barbery as the batter. Yeah, he's not a huge threat for home runs. 1-2. And he struck out swinging. The Expos, however, score 6 runs. They put a crooked number on the board. It is now 6-2 for the Expos, going into the bottom of the 8th. I think I'm going to go with Jeff Robinson. Alright, Randy Reddy is going to be the first batter to face him. 2-1. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Mike Devereaux is next, 3-1. Grounds it to third. Shane Andrews with the throw, and he's out for out number 2. Barry Larkin is next, 2-1. That's it to right. That's going to be a base hit. Falls in front of Grissom. So a single after 2 outs for Barry Larkin. Hal Morris is going to be the next batter. No count to him. That's it to left. Calderon after it. Ruskin in the 9th, or did you want me to bring in Ruskin for the last out so that he gets a save? I think that's probably what you wanted, but I got it late. There's always a little delay. Alright, Shane Andrews facing Brian Harvey. 1-0. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out. So that rally and comeback was orchestrated. It started with Shane Andrews and his solo blast. Todd Haney is next. Grounds it to short, and he's out. We're gonna bring in a pinch hitter for Jeff Robinson. You know what? We haven't had Lance Blankenship do anything lately, so let's give him an at-bat. We're going to give him a PD at-bat. 2-2 to Blankenship. Grounds it to first. And he's out. Barely. Yeah, let's bring in Scott Ruskin to close out the game, even though it's not a save situation. Plus, we're starting against a lefty here. So Paul O'Neill, first one to face him, 2-2. That's it to center. Rivera after it. And he has it. That's out number 1. Hensley Mullins is next. Full count. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Charlie Hayes is next. 1-0. And that's it, folks. Thanks to a really good 8th inning, we came back and won this game 6-2. Alright, that was pretty good. And Carlos Perez still gets the win. He deserved it. He didn't pitch bad at all. He made, what, one mistake pitch on that home run? That's about it. I mean, he did pretty good. Brett Saberhagen also did pretty good with a shutout against the Red Sox. Now we're going to finish today. Oh, there's a couple things going on here. Alright, so Harold Baines is the American League Player of the Week. He went 13 for 27. Yeah, that's pretty good. In the National League, that goes to Al Martin. Oh, he's starting to... yeah, he had a pretty first underwhelming season in Philadelphia, but last year was a little bit better, and this year he's starting to put things together, Al Martin. Alright. Alright. Top rankings, we dropped. We're 21st now. We haven't had a good week. And the Giants are out of a playoff spot, so they are officially eliminated at this point. Alright, so Alright, so next time out we have a 3-game series against the Mets, and it's gonna be tough because it's gonna start with we're gonna be facing Dwight Gooden in game number 1. He already has 21 wins on the season. How many games do we have left? I think we have exactly 20 games. Yeah, we have exactly 20 games left now. I have played 142, so 20 games left. Yeah, so Dwight Gooden on the mound for the other series to start. At least we're having one of our best that's going to be facing him. It's going to be pretty tough. Alright, folks, I have to go and make dinner. I'm hungry. I'm sure my girlfriend is hungry as well, so I'm going to go ahead and make dinner. So, as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Jero Nollet, of course, who helped me tinker with the lineup. Kind of curious to see what's going to happen from here on. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.